We want to solve systems of equations using elimination. And the example here, we want to solve the following system of linear equations by elimination. Describe the solution type as one solution, no solution, or infinite solutions. So when we do elimination, that's when we don't have one. We can't find a variable that has a coefficient of 1. So in this case, we have 2, -2, -3, and 5. So the first thing is you want to choose the variable to eliminate, which if this example, we would choose 2 and -2 because they're already opposites. So multiply one or both equations to obtain opposites. Here we already have those. Add the equations together and then solve for the variable. Substitute your answer back in, solve for the variable, and then check your ordered pair. So here we have the example, -5x minus 8y equals 6, and 3x plus 7y equals -8. So in this case, we're going to have to scale both of these. So what I would do is try to keep the numbers as small as possible. So here we have a -5 and a 3, and here we have a -8 and a 7. So we would have to get up to 56 to get these ones to cancel, but these ones we could get to cancel are at 15. So I'm going to pick the x just to keep the coefficients smaller. We already have opposite signs, so we have negative and a positive, so I just have to multiply this first equation by 3, and what we get is -15x, 3 times -8y is -24y, and 3 times 6 is 18. A lot of the times we forget to multiply by our answer and then or by the solution to the equation, and we mess up that way. Down here, in order to make 3 become +15, what I have to multiply by is I have to multiply by 5. So I'm going to scale this whole bottom equation by 5, and 3x times 5 is 15x, and 7y times 5 is 35y, and 5 times -8 is -40. So we can add these equations together, and what happens is the -15 and the +15, those cancel each other out, and what we're left with is 11y is equal to -22. So to get y by itself, we have to undo that. So we're going to divide both sides by 11, and we get y equals -2. So now we have one of the variables, and it doesn't matter which equation we pick. We can substitute it into either one. But the one that I'm going to check is I'm going to check this top equation here, and I'm going to substitute the 2 in. So I'm just going to write the equation down. We have -5x minus 8, and then I'm going to substitute in the y value, which is -2, and that's equal to 6. And we're going to solve this to figure out what our x variable is. So we get -5x plus 16 equals 6. We can subtract 16 from both sides of the equation. With -5x equals -10, and we divide by -5, and then we get x equals 2. So then the last step is we have to pick the other equation. So we use the top equation. Now we have to use the bottom equation to check. So I'm going to write out 3 times x plus 7 times y equals -8. And I'm going to substitute in the x and substitute in the y. So the x is equal to 2, and the y is equal to negative 2. And we want to check this. So I'm going to put a question mark over the equal sign because we're checking to make sure our answer works. So 3 times 2 is 6, plus a negative 14, and we're still checking to make sure that equals negative 8. And 6 plus a negative 14 is negative 8. And so negative 8 does equal negative 8. And that means that we have one solution. And our solution in this case is our x value is 2 and our y value is negative 2.